Tiara.
I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Ron.
And today we are back to discuss the finale of Your Honor, meaning possibly the real finale, the end, like for real. The show is over. Not unless they decide to grace us with a season 3 by surprise. But as of right now, it's a wrap. So, we're going to talk about that. But before we get started, please make sure you subscribe to our channel, like the video, and click that notification bell. Do that right now.
Please.
So, we're going to talk about this episode. So it's titled Part 20. And it's kind of picking up, where we knew things had left off with this big trial for Eugene. And, it's a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, Eugene, he's trying to, Lee is trying to convince Eugene that all they need is that one sympathetic juror, which we said,
which we talked about.
Really just got to pull at the heartstrings.
No, we talked about that.
That was my argument all along for going to trial.
Actually, it was ours because I said it's a humanistic. The only ground he had to stand on was humanistic, and like you said, that one.
What you were saying about he wasn't being smart about taking the plea. That's when I was saying no. I think I would take
in real life. I was talking about. More or less in real life. In real life, that black boy would have gone up the river. We know that. But
it depends. There were some black folks on that jury. There were some black folks on the jury, and then you never know. It's some other people who've gotten off.
Well, yeah, but I still think. He beat a bid. Yeah, he beat a murder rap for sure. That was murder one right out the door. And really, the only Olivia really saved him because she had heartfelt for that. Look, what he did. First of all, lawyers typically don't want you to get on.
They don't
and testify.
And testify. They don't really want you to do that because you can incriminate yourself. A and B, the prosecutor can come back and tear another hole in you. So typically they don't do that. He had a story to tell. But let's give Michael.
Yeah, he was coaching from the sideline.
And
Michael deserves the game ball.
Yeah, he deserves that because had Lee not listened to him in the hallway, he would not have she would not have understood what really happened in terms of the so-called
gas leak.
Yeah.
So and so that whole situation helped paint like a whole new narrative because everybody started side-eyeing like, okay, the gas was off. This little boy had to fend for himself and his family, essentially, being an adult before he was even of age. Exactly. So they kind of got to see the real story behind Eugene's life, and then the gas situation.
That's what I'm saying. That's what attorneys do when they have their opening and closing arguments. They get to tell a story about that person and paint them in the light and stuff. And like I said, all you need is one person.
But I want you to say much less than the humanistic part. When the jury discovered that the gas had been off for 7 months.
It was a long time.
Okay, now right there. They probably said, "Oh, okay. This no. This is a whole new atmosphere that they didn't."
They were eating junk food. They didn't just like surviving off of
pickle juice and hot fries. Come on,
so eat stuff like eggs and bacon,
right. So now they know that if this wasn't a complete setup by the municipalities, he was set up completely, and so. I guess that's a humanistic effect, but
I have a question for you guys. I have a question for you guys though.
What's
because had Olivia not offered that plea deal and the trial had to continue on, how do you think things would have turned out? Would the jury have still been sympathetic for Eugene, or would they still take into account that he actually did kill somebody?
No, I think he would have gone to jail. For sure, he would have gone to jail.
He might have served time. But he might have as a juvenile, or whatever. Because I looked over at the jury as they were talking to him when he made the comment about my parent, my mom, and siblings. They had names. And then the fact that he was 16 and he was a child, and the way they laid out the case, who knows? Because like you say, Ron, we know this is a TV show and everything like, but I'm gonna say this, and I know this is a different story. Is justice is different for different colored folks.
Yes,
but
please.
Kyle Rittenhouse got up there and cried and boohooed. He crossed state lines with a gun to go to a protest. Those people died, and those people were not, that person that died was not a black person. He got off.
Well, let's look at that as a. Let's look at the circumstances, though.
It was a little different because he claimed
it's a little different.
Self-defense.
Well, not only that, it was also legal to carry the gun. So he claimed self-defense, and it's legal to carry the gun, and he's white. So when you got those
right. That's what I said.
When you got those three,
I said it's a different color.
No. But what I'm saying though, Tiffany, he's got those three trifectas in his pocket. So
he crossed state lines too.
Well, you and I know if we cross state lines,
exactly. That's what
we're going to go to jail for the gun and how many bullets you got in it.
Right. But and normally people don't put them on the stand, like you said. They don't but they allowed him to get on the stand, and he got up there and boohooed in front of that jury, and
trifecta,
not guilty.
Trifecta.
So
I still think he would have got Eugene would have got a little bit of time, if the plea deal hadn't come through.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm not sitting here saying that he would have walked away scot-free and been on the playground the next day.
Right.
Because there are repercussions. Somebody died. But I do think that considering his circumstances, he might have been juvie. He might have gotten a little bit of time. I don't think he would have got the 30 years to life that the prosecutor was saying because of the circumstances. That's all I'm saying.
I just remember a case of a little black boy at 6 years old they wanted to try as an adult.
Yeah.
Listen, I know about that too.
So, let's just keep it real. If that were in real life, it wouldn't have mattered.
He would have gotten jail time.
He would have gotten jail time, even with all the humanistic qualities that they brought out. He would have gone to jail.
Right.
But let's keep it in the fashion and in the realm of where we are. It was beautifully done. I agree with you, Tiffany, that humanistic aspect is what got him off, because Olivia was the one that was heartfelt about his whole lifestyle. So what did she do? She turned into a federal case. She said, "Oh no, this is our case. This is my case. I'm going to take care of it."
But it gives Eugene the opportunity to get some payback in another way.
Yes, indeed.
He gets to avenge his family in a legal way, where the actual family that was responsible for his parents and for his family's death get some repercussions too.
And Jimmy
gets a second chance.
And Jimmy Jimmy got his comeuppance anyways.
But... Well, before we move on to the family, I just wanted to say, in addition to Michael getting the game ball for giving the information about the gas leak, I want to give him the game ball for telling the truth about who really hit Rocco. Because I think that was weighing very heavily on him. And, who wants to still have something like that lingering? So I think that was something he needed to get off his chest.
Speech is silver, but silence is golden. Now that boy's back in jail. So, I don't know. I agree in some respects, but dang, jail ain't the place that you want to visit twice.
Well, I think he was going to be in jail anyway. The only reason why they pulled him out was to help with the
Baxters.
And now the Baxter case is done. They got Carmine in there. Eugene got a second lease on life, and stuff. So it's back to the bin you go, Michael.
Yep. And it's sad that, Fia had that blow up on him like that, because we knew that this was going to happen. She was going to find out the truth, and she was going to be completely pissed off.
Yeah.
And that she was, and
pissed off is probably a very
an understatement.
Way. It kind of reminded me of it was a horror movie I saw one time, and the family, when you actually got a glimpse of the family, a real look at the family, they were all horrific creatures. They gave the appearance of human beings, but then when you finally got the glimpse of them, they were all horrific creatures. And that's what I saw when Gina was holding the baby and they were all standing there and Fia was trying to get to her child. I just saw a whole bunch of demons. That's what it looked like. And that's what made me fully understand. After watching it a second time, I fully now understood why she gave that child up. Because at first I thought it was incredulous for a woman to bring to 17 or otherwise to let her child go like that. But after seeing that second time, and I saw a bunch of demons, I said, okay, she made the right choice.
Yeah, the way Gina was clutching the baby and stuff too,
like it was hers.
Like they know it, right. I was
they would have probably tried to keep Rocco from her. So
undoubtedly,
I agree. I was very shocked that she gave the baby up. I was like, I cannot believe that. But Ron, you're absolutely right. That family is horrific, and I think that Rocco would have had a much tougher upbringing. He would have turned into one of them.
Yeah, they would have made sure of that. They would have made sure of that. They would have brought him in.
Mainly Gina. That woman, I don't know what we can do beyond who can get the hands list, but we need something, better than that to describe how horrible this woman is. I mean, I think she goes on our Hall of Fame, who can get the hands list.
Yeah, she does.
For all of this mess she's pulled.
The devil's imps, and she's one of them. I that's all I can say. Because, I mean, and oh God.
Didn't we see this coming though? That's what I said.
You said it too. You've been saying it.
I was like, oh, Jimmy. I said, I'm scared for Jimmy. He's in danger. I said, because this woman is terrible.
Yeah.
She's already planting the seeds with her dad.
Yes. And for her to, because it seemed like what really set her off with Jimmy was the fact that he turned down Big Mo's offer for the club.
Yep, that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
That was the straw. Like she was already done with him.
Right.
But that was it.
And you know what? Big Mo coined it perfectly. She said, "That's my long game," and she played it correct. I mean, she knew exactly what she knew exactly what would happen.
Yep. And shout out to Andreen Ward Hammond. If you have not seen our interview with her, please go check that interview out right now. She is a ball of fun. She's so humble, down to earth. And we just had the best time talking to her about the show and her role as Big Mo. So please go check that out if you have not already. But I thought it was interesting. Big Mo really set herself up for success so that she can sell her product on every street in the quarter except for Gina Street. But how unlikely was that? The two big nemesis going each other in the end, team up and come to a deal.
Well, remember, I was incorrect, but I did, when we had the interview,
you did ask about that.
Right. I asked about her joining in with, I thought maybe it would be Jimmy, but it turns out to be Gina. And the question though is, can we still can we trust Gina, even though
absolutely not?
Yeah, I mean, this is why, are you all actually going to leave us like this? I mean, you have so many open doors here that we need answers to. Y'all need to come up with a season 3.
The third season.
We need answers to a lot of things.
But I think she sold that club to her because Janelle she bought that club really for her. I mean, to keep her there and have her perform and all that. And when she said she was done, I guess she figured she didn't have any choice. But once, oh boy, that musician got up there. I mean, he was amazing.
Shout out to him.
I was trying to find out who he is. That's not his song though. I looked up the guy's name. It's a white guy that actually wrote the song. But I was trying to find out his name. I couldn't find it.
Yeah, we're probably gonna look it up on your honor soundtrack. Yeah. But he was amazing, and it seemed like even though she turned in the keys, it would seem like she was still looking like, maybe she changed her mind. I mean, well, she has other places, other lounges and stuff. So I guess, she can have the musician perform there. But I wonder if she will, it seems like it's a done deal, I guess.
I guess so, but then Gina doesn't know anything about running a jazz club. And
she just wanted her gone.
She just wanted
her gone. She didn't like the idea of them being across the street from her, selling up their good name, their hotel, and all that other stuff. That she just wanted them gone.
Yeah, I wondered if a deal could be had that that Big Mo consults with her about the jazz club, not necessarily run it or bring in her, because they've already decided that she's not going to sell drugs on that street. So could she still be a consultant? Because you're going to need somebody to run the club, but it can't be some other that doesn't know anything about the music. So, and my whole thought, pardon?
Sorry. I was going to say, she probably turned it into something other than a club.
Yeah, I think she has plans for it based on what she said to Lil Mo that it's her long game. She got some other motives going on there. And that's why I was like, she gave it up for now, but there's a bigger plan in action. And I think she knows that she can't trust Gina long term. So she's basically just keeping her on a short leash. I'm going to keep my enemies close.
And she was smart enough to know that Gina was not going to like the fact that Jimmy turned down that deal. See, right? She was like, okay, this is who's wearing the pants in this relationship. And she, you could tell she was lying in wait outside the club waiting for her to come. And she approached her.
It's funny. She said, "Pardon me, I want to speak to the man of the." What did she say?
The man. And she said he's indisposed.
Yeah. But what she really meant is, "Pardon me, I want to speak to you because I know you wear the pants."
Right. We know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what does Gina do but go up in there and she had already been planting seeds in Carmine's ear about Jimmy shutting down the deal for the development site. But then right after she heard that deal that Big Mo had offered with Jimmy, she went back up to her father and was basically like, look,
and lied.
Jimmy got to go.
She lied.
Yeah, she lied. She straight up lied. That's the bottom line. And, Carmine, I thought that, he might have tried it a different way instead of going up there directly himself, because Carmine is an older man. And Jimmy, he's still young. He can still outmaneuver Carmine, but once those shots rang off and Gina just sitting up there watching on the screen while the cameras are rolling,
and she knew her father would take that type of revenge. And if you stop to think about it, Carmine didn't have any other choice, because if what Gina said was true, that he was going to out everybody, and
she lied.
Snitch.
I know she lied, but to him, he thought he had no choice. Now, the sad part is, he does that, and then Gina knows that he's on camera.
So do you think it was deliberate that she did that to get her father out the way?
Absolutely.
Because I know earlier in the episode, she had said something about her wanting to take the lead.
Absolutely. And that pissed her off when he said, because you're a woman, you can't run.
Yeah,
you can't run
said tradition and stuff. Yeah, he sure did.
So she thought, okay, it's time to change the tradition. You're out.
She lined both of them up.
Oh yeah.
And also she knew that he would do that because he pretty much threatened Jimmy in front of the lawyer when they were talking about what was happening. And when they were saying about, how much damage did Michael do with his testimony. And he was like, well, why don't we make sure that he doesn't get to court?
Right.
And then and Jimmy tried to squash that. And then he was like, well, you can go too.
Right. So that scene was hilarious. The lawyer was like, I cannot listen to this.
Right. It does not protect you. And then attorney-client privilege.
Yeah, so Gina really is diabolical. She lined everybody up. And I wonder, because the one person that I don't think we got a lot of closure on, of course I wonder how things will be now that Jimmy has made it. That's another thing that could be a season 3. He didn't die from those gunshots. He's still alive. So that being said, does he kind of like, surprise I'm still alive on Gina, or does he go off and start a separate life and leave her in the dust?
It's a good question, because all he knows is what he's been doing. He certainly can't go back to where he, to Gina, and because Gina now is in charge. So it would be interesting. If I were I would just find something else to do.
And where does this leave Carlo?
He needs to get revenge. Well, Carlos still, did you notice that he took the tie off? Yeah. And he stopped rocking the tie and everything. Yep. So he still listened to what his father said.
His father told him, right.
Yeah.
Right. So he's actually taking the persona of his dad just by taking the tie off. He says, okay, I'm gonna be like my dad.
He'll never be 100% autonomous though, because of Gina. She is a control freak.
Yeah.
So he would never ever had the reins of that whole organization as long as she's around.
I think Jimmy would get revenge on her because that's enough is enough. He put up with enough. Now she tried to she tried to line him up. So
once he finds out that she was responsible for, his getting shot, I would agree with you. It would be hard pressed to not see him want to take revenge of some sort.
Yeah, he's the one that knows how to play the long game too.
That's exactly right.
He's a thinker.
Yeah.
So I think he would try to find a way to sabotage her in some indirect way.
You think he would try to kill her?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think he would go that far.
Now that she's done that to him, I don't know.
Not unless push came to shove and he had to do something.
Push did come to shove. I mean, after you shoot me a couple times.
Right. Push did come to shove. And what if later he I don't know, like if there was a season 3 and say things escalated with Gina and Big Mo wanted to go against Gina, that would be a way. If Jimmy aligned himself with Big Mo,
my story can.
Right, that's what I said. That's what you said.
Yeah,
that would be a way because,
and think how diabolical that would be. That would be. I'm telling you. Come on now, y'all got to come up with a season 3. There's no reason to leave us behind.
Michael do his time. Come out.
Or maybe he doesn't. Maybe there's another way for him to get out. So y'all can't leave us behind like that. Then I want to know if Fia comes back for the baby.
I feel like she's gonna come back for that baby.
Well, we kind of had a discussion offline because we were trying to wrap our heads around this whole giving up the baby situation. And was the adoption official, or is it something that's just a temporary placeholder until she can get on her feet and away from her family? That would be interesting to explore as well. Yeah. And the fact that she kind of like went to the pastor and talked to him, it very much sounded like she had forgiven Adam for what he did to Rocco. But her family is a whole nother story. I don't think there's any forgiveness to be had between them. So I think she would probably start a new life on her own and maybe later on try to get the kid back. Or, I don't know if it's best to just leave them with the adoptive parents the whole way through and just kind of love on him from a distance.
Because that could be traumatic for everyone involved, is because she comes back and then those parents look like they were so happy. I mean, that couple, they were so happy to receive that baby, and then you come back and take the baby from them.
But like you said, it depends on whether it was done officially or whether it was done until she gets her. But then again, even if that's the case, it's hard to give back a child, once you raised it and then she wants to come back. And it's my life is all, set up now. Give me back my baby. That could cause a problem.
Yep.
Yeah, because I had kind of thought about too, I think we discussed offline, why not have Elizabeth, the mother-in-law, keep the baby? But then I think that's still too close for comfort.
That's too close.
The Baxters to be able to get reach of that baby.
Yeah, I agree.
I think she just wanted to have somebody that had a blank slate, no ties to the city, just get him as far away as possible.
That's true.
So, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed this finale. I'm so happy for Eugene. We've been rooting for him the whole season. I'm glad that he has finally gotten some sense of justice. And he can go off. I know it was difficult for him in the conversation talking about starting a new life and assuming a new identity. But, Olivia did a good job of explaining to him, like, you'll always be Eugene Jones and that your family will always be a part of you. But you don't want to have to look over your shoulder every time you hear somebody say Eugene, or you have to worry and stress about people coming after you. So I think he's going to get a really great start. I wonder what city he's going to, though. That's what there's so many questions. I'm like, season 3, come on.
Well, let's give Olivia the game ball too, because, had it not been for Olivia, he might not have been in the situation that we find him in. Yeah. And we did see a level of compassion that we hadn't seen all season from Olivia. So, she does get the game ball, in my opinion.
I agree. She redeemed herself.
She did.
Yeah. And well. I was happy to see, I thought this season finale was very satisfying because I thought that it was going to be a few people checking out of here. I thought some people were going to actually die. And I was happy to see that Eugene's getting a second chance. Even I was Big Mo and Lil Mo survived,
Yeah.
them too, because I thought they were ramping up for a war
Right.
and stuff. So that surprised me too. But it worked out the way it should have. I thought it was a nice ending.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, very, very well done.
Mm-hmm.
So if this is to be the finale for good, then I just want to applaud all involved and, just give you all a very good congratulations for all of your hard work, for the great writing, for all the great acting. I mean, this show was so solid. So I literally don't have any critiques for this show. I mean, it was just that well done.
Oh. Really and let me put in too, if everyone feels the way we do about the show, write in, because they need to hear from you, because I think that's the whole definition of whether we should do another season or not. They had low ratings for season 2. Season 1 they had great ratings, and then for some reason season 2's ratings dropped off.
Well, I think because everybody thought it was done. And then out of nowhere,
the reviews were pretty good though. The rating as far as reviews has been pretty good.
Right, but that's what I read about their ratings. I guess Nelson ratings. I'm not sure, but write in and let them know we want to see a season 3. We want to see what happens, because you
tell people about the show. I've been telling all my friends and family like y'all gotta watch this show.
A lot of folks still don't know about it, so get the pen and pencil together or pen and paper together and
go online.
Go online. Well, I'm
IMDb, whatever.
Yeah, but
you Rotten Tomatoes, all of those little sites where you can go to review shows. Yeah, give it praise.
Tweet Bryan Cranston, because I think we gotta reach out to him, see if he wants to do a season 3. Yeah, because he, as Andrea said, he was done with season 1 and stuff. So he came out for season 2. Yeah, he's convinced to do a season 3.
Hey, money talks all day.
I don't think that's an issue though. I think it's about the work. I think it's about the work for him.
It could be work and money, because he's got the work. So let's give him the money too.
Yeah. So I mean, I think people they're led by their passion with projects and stuff. Like, does this appeal to me? And he said what appealed to him was the fact, like, this straight-laced judge whose child gets into trouble and he turns corrupt to protect his child. So he was like,
Yeah, because he can go a whole nother way. You never know which way he may go after going in jail again. He may learn some tricks in jail.
Right.
Tyler on the other side.
So it's so many things that I can think of where a season 3 could go. So please, come on, guys, give us what we need. But overall, congratulations, everyone. And I just want to remind you guys to make sure you subscribe to our channel, click that notification bell and the like button. We have some more great content coming that's Your Honor related. So that's going to be very important, that notification bell. So click that. You don't want to miss out. And I know we kind of talked about who can get the hand. So Gina is on the Hall of Fame list.
Yes.
Hell of Fame.
Olivia has redeemed herself with the game ball.
Yeah, we'll call it the Hell of Fame list. Yes, not the she's the Hell of Fame list.
Okay. And we also gave Michael game ball.
Yeah, Lee did an amazing job defending Eugene.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, definitely. She gets definitely.
Lee can get the game ball too.
Yeah.
She was very passionate about what she was doing.
Yeah. I was like, I liked how the way she was pushing it in court. That judge was getting annoyed with her, but she was like, listen, you're not going to allow me to address this. So I was like, I heard that.
Yeah.
See, that took a woman to do that. A man wouldn't have had the chutzpahs to continue to push, even though the judge had warned her a couple of times. But it took a woman to just say, oh, hell with you. I'm going to keep pushing until.
Yeah, because she knew, like, this is one shot. She was like, give this kid a chance. And one shot to convince this jury.
Yeah.
To not see him as a monster.
Yeah, and she can definitely get the game ball too.
And the last scene, you see Olivia and Lee standing together. So Women's History Month. I love it.
And women of color.
The women of color.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely.
All of it. So I'm sad to see this show go if this is the end. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I did too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, again, we want to thank you all for watching. Please drop down in the comment section and give us your thoughts on the finale and any predictions you could have for season 3, so we can start throwing it out there to the writers and to the creators of the show. So yeah, we are rallying hard behind this. I would love to see another season. So, but if not, then it's been a fun ride.
Definitely.
So, thanks to everyone for watching. You know, these recaps might be over with, but we do have other shows that we recap. So make sure you stick with us as we start recapping other shows. You can go through our playlist and check out some of the other shows that we recap as well. And if you subscribe to our channel, then you'll be privy to all of that anyways. We are also on social media at The Spot Real Talk. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok, and keep up with us there as well. And if you guys don't have anything else to add, I think we're going to call it a night. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You feel alive, let's hit the dance floor. Don't work too hard, might break a backbone. Return of the Mac, the king is back though. Corvette and cash, I never lack those. She saw the stone, you know how that go. Fatality, my diamonds that cold. Versace trunks, I hit my backstroke. Knock on the door, she at the back row. All I really take is a little taste. Island girl, blue eyes with a little bass. Here for the thrill, I don't need a chaser. Wanna vibe at the getaway. Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, I got the semi-4 way. Don't step out the line like this a probate.